Hey everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm making another art journal page today. Unfortunately, I am quite sick and it's the last minute I do the editing. And this will be a very small voiceover video, so I will not talk that much today. I'm just not able to. I've covered my pages with some white gesso and let that dry. Both sides are primed, and I'm using acrylic inks today, and I'm using the same technique that I've used in the last, I think, 2 videos already. Just I made the others with watercolor, and today I'm using acrylic inks. I used the raw sienna from Liquitex, a blue from Liquitex, and the Antilope brown from Daler-Rowney, and now I spritzed a little bit of water and I'm closing the pages and let the ink do its thing. This double spread I finished in my last members video, so if you want to see more videos, longer videos, diving a little bit more into the process, join the mixed media play tier, and there you will get every other Saturday a new video and some bonus videos in between. I think most of the things I'm doing are self-explaining. I will jump in if there is something important to say, but other than that, I try to let my voice rest a little. I hope you are enjoying the video today, and if you do, please leave me a comment and give me a thumb up. As always, there are links in the video description, and there is a link to the blog post where you can have a look at the close-up images. The ink I'm using now is the Feathers and Fringe ink from Ferris Wool Press. It's an acrylic ink in white, and I use that to make some splatters into the wet background. Well, some areas are wet and some are already dry, so I get some interesting textures. I will now experiment with our little mini mark stencil. I think I'm using one of them. I've cut the bigger one just into 3 parts, so I can use them in the smaller size. I'm just experimenting a little bit with it on this page, and here I'm moving some of the ink around. I'm spritzing water through the small stencil onto the page because I thought I might be able to remove a little bit of the ink because I have the gesso underneath, and that works as long as the ink is not fully dry. And in those areas where you had more water, and that can give an interesting texture, but you have to work quickly because the ink dries very fast. So that gave me some interesting spots here and there, but it did not work fully in the way I wanted it. With watercolors, that wouldn't have been a problem, obviously, and this is something I will definitely try next time. Once my page is completely dry, I'm using some stamps to bring texture to the background. I'm using our Mix a Sentiment stamp set. This is not only to build your own sentiments for your journals or titles for your whatever work you're making. It's also a really nice background stamp, especially if you don't need or if you only need some kind of texture. And I think you know that I really like script texture within mixed media. I'm using some light acrylic paint to add some of that stencil texture to the page. It's not white, it's some kind of a Titan buff. I'm not sure which exact color it is. It's just not pure white. When these ink splatters are dry, I'm going to add a little bit of collage to the page, and I picked some papers from my stash that were matching color-wise, and I'm just creating a little collage cluster to the spread. For me now, the most fun part of the process starts by doing some mark making, and I'm using a Neocolor crayon here. I also really like using acrylic markers for mark making. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this on this spread, we will see. And you will find all the products I'm using listed in the video description. For my page title, I'm going to stamp letters from our A to Z stamp set. I wanted to spell the word dream, and I'm using some stationery papers here. I just stamp the letters and then I'm going to cut them into squares and adhere them to the page. I'm going to color in each letter with an acrylic marker in the same blue that I have already on the page. Yes, and that is all I'm doing to this page. I really like it. I think it turned out quite nicely. I like the color combo. I hope you like it too, and I hope you will see us next time. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Bye.